Hello, it's the 14th of January and I'm going to do a face of the day video. I'm really sorry that it's kind of a weird background. The only place it's got any good light is in my bedroom. This is a sort of thing I've been doing quite a lot recently because it's really quick. So I'm starting off with my Makeup Forever Aqua Cream in number 13, and because I've got the one benefit I get from being pregnant is I get long nails, which actually makes putting this on quite difficult, so I tend to do it with my little finger. I'm using this as a base, but you can use this on its own, and I often do use it on its own, but I guess as a sort of counteract to my big pregnant tummy. I've been wanting to wear a bit more makeup on my eyes recently. And then over the top of that, I've completely fallen back in love with this Liz Earle in 05 bronze eyeshadow. And I put this sort of on the outside corner . And I'm very rough with it, as you can see. Because I'm doing my makeup quite quickly at the moment, and I've been doing a bit of bridal work, so I've got into the habit of it. I have been doing my eye makeup first, and then my base after. But you don't have to. Now, I don't often do stuff that's trend based, though I should start probably, but the trend at the moment is for microlining, which is all very well if you don't need the definition, but I sort of do need a bit of definition, so I do my own version of microlining. So to start off with, I'm going to use this, which is the Superliner Perfect Slim from L'Oreal, which I love. Sort of an old favourite of mine, and I'm just going to run this really as close to the lash line as possible. And then if you were following the trend, you'd just leave it at that and put your mascara on, but I'm not. So what I do is I get a tiny bit of black shadow and I pull my eye out so that I can get as close to the lashes as possible, and I just run it along the lash line. Because then it softens and gives a tiny bit more definition, but it's not too full on. Also, because this is a quick look, it means if you've been a bit wobbly with your liquid liner, this will just smooth out any unevenness. Okay, then I'm going to use my new favourite. I got this for Christmas. I'm going to do a review on it soon, which is the Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara. It's kind of an unusual texture, so I'm sure the texture wouldn't be to everyone's liking. But it's really black, and really coats the lashes. And the dog's snoring. Has anyone else got a Patterdale? They're the loudest. He yawns loudly, he snores, he has yelpy dreams. If he wants to play, he makes sort of funny noises. I've never had such a loud dog. Okay, so I'm going to come back to that, and I am going to do my skin. I've been using the Estee Lauder EE cream And I do like it, but there are a couple of things I don't like. The more I use it, the more I like it. This is in, they only do 3 shades. This is in the lightest shade. And it's actually fine for me today. But sometimes it's a bit pale. And I would buy the light and the medium shade and mix them together. But it's £30-something. And I sort of feel like if I was going to spend £60 on foundation or something, I'd want it to be one thing that was amazing rather than 2 things which are very nice. But you know, if I'm going out for dinner or something, I probably wouldn't wear this. I mean, I am going out tonight. This is very good for natural looking skin. If you're going out in the evening and you want to put a fuller foundation on top of it later, that would work. And does give your skin a healthy glow. It's not enough coverage for me usually for a sort of going out foundation. And you get 30 mils. I haven't had it that long, and because it's in a squeezy tube, I'm not sure how much it will be left in the tube when I finally can't get any more out. And so I think it should be slightly cheaper for what it is, because it is basically a tinted moisturiser, and they should bring out more colours. But if you want something that's a light coverage that gives you a nice finish, then I would recommend trying it, because I do really like it. It's the best sort of EEBB/CC cream that I've tried. But it doesn't give me enough coverage, so I'm going to use the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer in light 02. Under my eyes. And around my nose. And on my thread vein. This has been really good actually, because I do get pregnancy breakouts. And this has been really helpful. If I'm going out, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher, but for just every day, this does a pretty good job. It's desperately not on trend to contour at the moment. It's very out. I think partly because if you live in London, you get on the tube in the morning, you see women looking like Kim Kardashian on their way to work, and it's totally unnecessary. So I keep leaning back. I'm on a really uncomfortable chair, and I've got a sore pelvis from being pregnant. But I've also put on baby weight, which is fine, but it means that I am going to contour. But I'm going to contour using this, which is hollow, and it's a cream pigment, and it's actually an eye base from Illamasqua. But if you're very pale, like me, and you want a bit of definition to the face, this is just wonderful, because the fact that it's cream means you're not going to look all contoured. You're just going to look a bit shaped. And I sort of feel like the rest of me has gone to hell in a handbasket. I'd quite like my face to look acceptable. Okay, so I'm just going to let that all work into the skin a bit, and I'm going to go back to my eyes. Under the eyes, I've fallen back in love with Powersurge by MAC. It's the first MAC pencil I ever got. I got it in my stocking when I was about 14, and it's just the most lovely bronzy colour. And if you get it, you can wear it, you can scribble it on your eyelids and blend it out with a brush or your finger, and it's a lovely kind of bronze eyeshadow and a great base for putting colours on top of. So I then put that in the lower waterline as well. And then I'm just going to use the brush that I used to put the eyeshadow on and just smudge that under a bit. And then I'm going to use my Eyeko fat brush because I find that this doesn't smudge if I get watery eyes. Okay, so one of the things that I have been wearing more since I've been pregnant is blusher, because as you can see I'm quite pale. For some reason being pregnant makes me quite pale. So I've been using more blusher. I'm not a big fan of blusher usually. Probably because whenever I'm hot or embarrassed or cross I go red. So I've never really needed it because I'm cross quite a lot. But I'm using the Kiko Sound Coral from the Rock Attraction. Now I'm going to have to invest in some more blushes because I'm wearing them more. But I just don't know which ones to go for. I'm sort of tempted by the new Charlotte Tilbury ones. I know that Hourglass do some good ones. Does anyone have any recommendations? So I think one of the reasons I don't like blusher is because you see a lot of people with like badly done blusher. So I tend, when I've put a lot on my cheeks, the majority of it on my cheeks, I tend to sort of dink it like this, basically, because otherwise I think you look like, I mean it's hardly showing at all, but I think it just adds to the face a bit. Next I am going to use my Old Faithful, and I haven't found any high street product as good as this, the Sleek Makeup Luminous Pressed Powder. I love it, especially if your skin's looking a bit dull and dry as it does at this time of year. Put that all over because I hate getting makeup on my kid. It annoys me when I have to wash his clothes just because I've got foundation on them. So then I'm using my new favourite thing, which is the Maybelline Colour Drama in, what's it called? Minimalist. And I'm going to use the pointy bit to sort of do a lip line, and then I'm going to colour it the rest of the lip in. There'll be a review of this on the blog next week. So the reason I love this is, you've just seen how easy it is to put on. The lip colour is one of my favourites. Sort of pinky nude. And it stains. It's sort of, well, it doesn't stain, but it's quite drying. It's supposed to be creamy, and it sort of is creamy until it's not. But I like that because it means it doesn't move. But on the top of it, it's quite nice to put a gloss. This is my favourite gloss. I don't know if they still do it. It's a Paul & Joe in number 5. And it's not too sticky. And I think the colour's perfect. And it's not too glossy. I don't like glossy lips. I don't like gloss that's too glossy. And that is it. It's really quick. This video is 20 minutes long. That's with me dropping stuff, chatting, talking about the dog snoring. So, I mean, it usually takes 10 minutes max. Slap everything on. The fact that you're using eyeshadow on top of the creamy base means that you can just whack the creamy base on, then you scrub the eyeshadow on. It's all kind of slapdash, but it's sort of, to me this is as no makeup as I'd like to go, which sounds really silly, but I feel like I need a bit of definition, but the eyes, they're done, but they're not too done. The lips are done, not too done, not too over the top. I've defined my face a bit, but I don't have massive contouring, and I have a bit of blusher on, but nothing too full on because it's a lovely peachy coral. So yes, please tell me your blusher recommendations. I'm in a sort of, I've got blushes for other people, my kit is full of blushes, but my personal blushes, I feel like they're lacking, and there are so many out there. Delilah, I'm teetering on the edge of getting a Delilah one, so I'd love to hear from you, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and thanks for watching.